into your driveway, it's a Saturday night.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy spring. Today we're going to be doing a houseplant tour because my plant collection has changed quite a bit since the last plant video that I did. And also last time I didn't show you where in the apartment everything goes. I just kind of had them all around me on the floor, so I thought this might be fun. So I thought we would start out here because the kitchen living room area is where most of our plants are. So this is one of my favorite plants. I really love hanging plants. So we have this silver philodendron here, and it's funny because it actually only has 3 tendrils. It's really sparse up at the top, and it's because it's one of my oldest plants. So when I first got it, I didn't really know how to take care of it, and some of the other ones died. So he's not wide, he is very long. I actually need to probably trim again because all of this is new. Then over here I have this little palm, and this is going to be a very real plant tour because we're just coming out of winter, so some of these plants aren't doing so hot. So you can see there's definitely browning on some of these leaves here, but hopefully he'll come back to life. We're getting new shoots already because spring just started and the plants are starting to get more sunlight, so hopefully they will all make a nice swift recovery. And then the last plant that I keep in the kitchen is this precious little Hoya heart, and I have it in this little vintage creamer thing, I think is what it was supposed to be, or sugar thing, but it didn't have a lid with it. And yeah, I've had this one forever, and it's super low maintenance, and I think it's so cute that it's just a little heart sticking out of the top. Then over here we have a Dieffenbachia, and this is a fairly new Dieffenbachia because if you remember my last plant video, the one that we had was super leggy because it hadn't gotten enough light, and so all the bottom leaves fell off. So I finally caved and I got a new one from Trader Joe's. So this one's nice and big and healthy, so that just stays on our kitchen table in this little thrifted basket. Then up here is my little propagation station. So I've got a couple of pothos clippings that are being propagated, and then also a fiddle leaf, which I don't really know what I'm going to do with that once it's ready to go, because we have 3 fiddle leaf plants already, as you'll see. And then this over here is kind of the plant hospital area. This is where all the plants that aren't doing so hot go. So you can see this Monstera is not happy, but it is starting to get some new growth, so I think it's salvageable. So I put it over here because we get some really nice light here, and the plants tend to grow better on this side of the apartment. And then we have another little palm that only has 4 little shoots because it got very dry and the rest of them died, which was very sad. And then this cactus, which I rescued from an old roommate, that has the bottom is dead, but the top is alive. So I'm trying to just all this up here is all new growth. And then we also have our rubber tree here, which is doing great. It's not a plant hospital plant, but I just didn't have anywhere else to put it. So it's over here as well. And then this little section are all of my seed starters. So you can see I have a couple of tomatoes. I think this one's rosemary. I've got some chamomile over there and some green onions. So I'm basically just waiting for those to be mature enough and for it to be warm enough outside that I can transplant them out onto our patio. We've got a pretty good start going, which is really exciting. I've never grown container garden food before, so that'll be fun. And then this is the first of our fiddle leaf trees. This is one of the very first plants that we got, and it has had a long and storied history where it didn't get enough light, and then a bunch of leaves fell off, and then I put it out on the patio, and then the leaves got super sunburnt. But last spring we actually branched it. So if you have a fiddle leaf that's just in, I think they call it bush form instead of tree form, where there's just one stalk, you can take the top leaf when it's just putting out a little bud and twist it off, which is so sad and hurts my heart. But it gives it more branches. So we've got 3 branches coming out of the top now. So I'll be really interested to see how that goes this spring as it starts to get all of its new growth. You can see a couple little leaves already, which is so exciting. Then this is my Mama Monstera plant. It's the Monstera plant that all the other ones are propagated off of. And again, this is one of my oldest plants, so I didn't know when I got it that Monsteras need kind of like a support to grow up instead of out. So it's got like some aerial roots, and it's just not like shaped particularly well. So we pruned it back really hard. We probably need to do that again, and we're trying to now finally kind of shape it to grow upwards. But it does have some of like the most holy leaves out of any of my Monsteras, because when I got it, it didn't have any holes at all. So that's exciting. Then this one is my Sansevieria plant. It is actually propagated from my great grandma's plant, and then she gave it to my grandma, who propagated it again, who gave it to me. So it's a really cool piece of family history. It's also getting very, very tall, and I would love to have this plant just like sitting on the floor here, but bunnies get at the basket. They're behind me like, are you talking about an accessible plant? So we have all these ones up on this little stand. Like, this basket doesn't even fit. It's definitely spring. It's like time to kind of repot and rethink all of the positioning and everything. Yeah, and then this is our last little fiddle leaf. Fiddly 3, we call him. Oh no, not last. We have another one over there. This is the one that I got last. What are you doing? Are you chewing on my wooden shoes right now? Puppy girl! Having bunnies is such an adventure. But I just got this one from Trader Joe's. And I really like it. It's really healthy. It's putting out new leaves like all the time, which is nice and exciting. See if I can like get over here with my big pregnant tummy. Over here we have my favorite Monstera, which is the first one that I propagated off of that plant. And again, it's got some nice big holy leaves, and it's getting another one, which is the most exciting thing. I keep saying that, but like, if you love plants and you start getting new leaves in the spring, you know what I'm talking about. And then we have a couple of Pilea plants here. They're kind of stuck to the windowsill. Some of them are healthier than others. Like, this one's really, really great. That one obviously has been through some stuff. I think this is the first Pilea, and then the other ones are like propagated off of it.
Do you have a fresh battery for this? It's starting, it's blinking red.
Oh shoot, okay. New battery. Over here, another Pilea in this cute little like rattan peacock chair that I thrifted. This one is a ZZ plant, which is honestly like one of the easiest plants to take care of if you're looking to get new house plants, but you maybe don't have a green thumb because it requires almost no light, and it grows really strong, which is great. And then I have this Panda Plant, which I got from Trader Joe's like years ago, and it desperately needs to be pruned. So actually, I'm probably gonna do that right after this video because it's like got all kinds of aerial roots and it's super heavy. But these are fun because they're like pretty easy succulents to take care of, and the leaves are like fuzzy, which is fun. I'm ashamed to show you what happened to our original Dieffenbachia. It's very small. I don't know if you can see, there's like one tiny little shoot coming out here and a few little leaves. I don't know if it'll survive, but we're gonna try. It's, again, I've had it for years, and it finally was just like, okay, we gotta just prune it.
Remember when it bit me?
Yeah. When Matt was like pruning it, it like squirted juice up into his eye. And Dieffenbachia is also known as dumb cane because like if you eat it, your like mouth gets numb, and it's like technically poisonous. So he got it in his eye, and it was not a fun experience. Then the last couple of plants before we go into the bedroom are this one, which you guys told me in my last video. I didn't know what it was, and a bunch of people told me it's a Janet Craig plant. And we repotted it, I think, since we filmed that video, and it's gotten so big and it's still so healthy. Again, this is another really, really good beginner plant because I've like really never had any issues with it. I think I just have bad luck with palms because we also have this one here, which also has quite a bit of brown, like at the tips of all the leaves here. But it is putting out a new shoot, so I don't know if any of you guys have any tips for how to not get your palms to do that. please let me know, because I've killed a few and then I have 3 and like none of them are doing particularly well. But I like the way they look, so I keep trying. Then I have a couple little from that plant from my great grandma. So I am trying to carry on the tradition of propagating it so that I can pass it on one day too. Then down here we have my often forgotten little air plant. I've had this forever and ever. I got it at a plant shop in LA and I'm really surprised that it's still alive because I don't take care of it as well as I should. But it's doing okay. So that just hangs out down here. And then the last one is probably the biggest like visual impact, and that's this giant variegated pothos that we have. I don't really know what to say about it. It's just huge. It's got so many big long strands going, and I'm trying to like kind of start to weave it along the wall. But yeah, it's just really massive. So we'll go into the bedrooms. And then in our bedroom, the only plant that we have in here is this little snake plant. We don't get like the most light in here, and we keep the blinds closed quite a bit. So plants don't tend to do super well in here, so that's why this guy is all by his lonesome. But we do have a lot of plants in the nursery, which I'll show you. I can't show you all of it, so we're gonna have to be kind of sneaky about how we film because there's name spoilers on his wall, but we'll do our best. So over here we have the second fiddle leaf, so the branched one, and then this one, and then the small one. And we just tried to branch this recently, so we'll see if we get any new branches coming out of here. And then I got this one at Trader Joe's like super recently because I wanted to have something that would eventually trail down this cute little bookshelf, but I don't know what it's called, so if you guys know what it is, please let me know. Then up here is my precious little string of hearts plant. I just got this a few weeks ago, like literally right before the quarantine started, and it's already grown so much and I love it, and I can't wait for it to trail down into all of this. It's gonna be so cute. And then the other like fairly new plant that I have that I got at the same time as the string of hearts is this sensitive plant. It's so cool because if you touch it, it like closes up. And I nearly killed this when I first got it because I didn't water it enough, but now we've got like new growth happening, so I think he's pretty happy. And then very, very lastly, we have this shamrock plant. Actually it's April now, so I think this is a little outdated, but it's still doing good, so we're gonna keep it in here. And eventually when the string of hearts gets big enough, it'll go in this pot. But for now, we've got this guy going. So that's it for all of the plants in our apartment. I haven't actually counted, but I know we have somewhere around 30, not including like all the little propagated ones. So it's definitely a lot to take care of, and I definitely mess up a lot, which is why there are like some crunchy brown parts. And I feel like usually when I see people's plant tours, they're just like, everything is perfect and there are no brown leaves, and that's just not realistic. But ours are for the most part doing pretty good, and I'm really excited to see when spring rolls around how everything does. If you guys have any recommendations for low light plants that we can keep in our bedroom, please let me know, because I would love to have more plants in there, but right now there's just like not really enough light. Thank you guys so much for watching. So happy to have you here. If this is your first time on this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Click that little like button, really helps me out. And yeah, I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!